Hello, and welcome to the first story in the Stalktober special. As I stated previously in the intro video, monsters from the deep well take the entire month of October off. The sentient ones anyway. So while I'll still be out there gathering supplies, hunting monsters to feed Brumble, much more of my time will be spent around the house. This is part of the reason why Brumble and I decided to pay tribute to Eastmere at this time. Part of it. So without further ado, let's begin. I'm Lothran, your host. Grab a snack, settle in, get comfy, and listen close to Never Go Out. Gam continued sharpening her knife upon the stone. She would operate when she was ready, and not a moment before. She hummed her tune, thinking about the patient. Another success or another failure. So many failures. Such a long time to wait between each one. She put down the knife, clanking through her jars, each filled with dark, cloudy liquids of various colors. A constant tune lighting up the corners of her mind, coming as if from the air around her to settle over her thoughts. She found the right jar, prying it open with weary hands, smelling the contents deeply. Just right, just right. These would do. Setting aside her tools, she lifted her head toward the child, tied to the table, wriggling against her constraints. Gags stuffed into her muffled, screaming maw. Soon it will be done. Gam patted the child's sweating forehead with wizened, gnarled, time-worn fingers. Soon. She set up her work table, double-checking all her implements and poultices, practicing knots with her shaky fingers. She wouldn't have many more chances if this one didn't work out. Gam hadn't done this sort of thing for a few years, but the work always calls you back. Gam plucked a large, vicious, curving needle from the tray, extracting precious droplets of venom from the curing jar to reseal it carefully afterwards. Quick as a bolt of lightning, the old woman gripped the girl by her wriggling head, strong as any jackal man. For a brief moment, she twisted and bound the girl's head to expose her delicate spine, slamming the needle into place without any care, yet quite a bit of practiced precision. The grunts and cries of the little girl intensified, and then petered off as the venom did its work, the young form laying limp upon the slab of stone. Gam sighed, letting out an entire day's worth of tension in a few moments. Now for the deadly danger in the quiet solace and the stillness of her life. There's work to be done, always work to be done. She picked up a saw, cutting through the delicate flesh to push and prod organs out of her way, diving her hands deep into the fresh, oozing cavity of the girl's center. She searched until she found it. There, right there, a sweet little treat. Gam's weathered tongue twisting out of her mouth in concentration. She couldn't screw this up. The door began to shake against the force of someone battering against it from the other side. Not now! Never! Not now! So close! But certainly not now! The banging died down after a time. Gam took a few breaths. She'd had to hurry, move a bit faster than she wanted to. There was never enough time. She reached out and down into the child's open wound, twisting her crooked spine. Had to make room. Pulling several bits up and out of the dark fluid, she snipped them free, each one spraying tendrils of black blood until Gam remembered to clamp them shut. She really didn't have all that much time. She usually never forgot such simple things as this. She was fading. She had to rush. A need to move faster. Gam Gam stopped to take a few breaths, to clear her head. Not long now. She felt an ease in her mind. Only so much energy left for this. Only so much left now. So much more to go. She flicked the blood from her hands, not bothering to wipe them off. Won't be much need for cleanliness where I'm going. She smiled wickedly. They thought they had me. They thought I could be contained. Time never passes me by too quickly. Here I am, found anew, and fondly held I will be again. She reached out for that sharp knife, discarding her rotten old robe. Checking her work, Gam Gam made sure there was the right amount of space for what she needed to become. Then an axe struck the heaving wooden door. "Give me back my daughter!" A distant voice called from too far away to ever help in time. Gam Gam smiled and laughed to herself. Too late, old man. Too late. Gam Gam sliced through her own corpulent flesh, dragging the knife from neck to belly button. A tendril-covered black sponge poured forth from the carcass. The previous girl finally free, staring at the thing that had stolen her entire life, would steal again and again for all time, just for another taste to be. A mighty strike hit the lock, and again repeated until the lock snapped clean through. She had to hurry. That was much smarter than the previous fathers. Not enough time to merge properly. Gam Gam sent out the tendrils to loosen the bindings, but not to cut them completely. She wanted to struggle, but be able to free herself if need be. There was a method to this sort of thing, this process she'd done so many times before. The dark sponge settled into the hole it had made in that other form. The living, shattered, pus-ridden corpse staring at it with such loathing in its finally free eyes. "This is what you wanted all these years. Now you have it." The sponge warbled in its natural laughing way, hefting the spreaded skin back together and sealing it shut with globs of fiery hot mucus. "I will be loved. I will be loved. Yet again I will be loved, and in time, they will forget, and I will need to repeat this all over again. I will be loved. I will be loved." The townsfolk began sawing through the wooden beams Gam Gam had barred the door with. 3 saws at a time, 1 for each beam. Too late! Too late. Another prisoner to walk freely around the well within. I'm free. I own this flesh. Too late. He'll cry and sob, but he'll protect me like I should be. They always do. I'll be loved. I'll be loved. I'll be loved. Dust, ground golden cured plant matter cascading down to the floor, 3 slabs of wood falling in the same instant. Perhaps next time, Gam Gam would nail it shut, or have the wood extend over both sides, or steal herself away even better, or kill that fiend Arlo once and for all. Yes, that would do. She would plan for that next time. "You know what must be done. You've seen what they're capable of. Make it right." Arlo spoke from beyond the door as it swung open barely a crack. Jenna, my sweet girl. Are you in here?" The door swung shut and was secured behind him. Nails hammered through the wood as black tar seeped through every conceivable crack in the door and the foundation around where he stood. He took a few breaths, knowing there was no way out for him. Gam Gam cried through the gag she'd put in what was now her perfect little mouth, opening her eyes to stare at the fool holding the torch. He stood gaping at the hollow husk that Gam Gam used to occupy only moments ago. Then he sat beside her, seeming quite sad in his tired eyes, as curtains of black gunk seeping down from the roof above began to splatter onto the floor. "It's going to be all right. Arlo got to your mother and siblings before it could be spread. He checked everyone," the old man rambled. "I'm not afflicted, but I don't know. Why would I infect a useless, worthless, tired old man?" Gam Gam thought to herself. Such a waste of fluid and space these creatures are. Hurry up and untie me so I can gloat another victory of mine Arlo's way. She stared at this beast and wondered why he would not free her, why he would not love her as she should be. "I don't think I could stand another moment without all of you in my life. So I'm here for you, little Jenna." Gam Gam ripped the gag from her own lips with a tendril. "Free me, Papa, free me! We have to get out!" Gam Gam cried through the foreign lips. "No, daughter, that is not an option." Black gunk fell from the ceiling, melting the skin of his hand, and he just sat there looking down at his little girl. "We won't leave this room, my girl and I. Nor will you, monster. Nor will you." Gam Gam ripped out of the girl's chest, a dollop of gunk searing through the monster's center. "I'm glad I get to witness your demise. It is an honor to see such a feat against such a foe." A gray-haired man stared at the creature as several gallons of the acid fell upon both father and daughter, while more and more of it seeped into the small home from every possible angle and crack. "I will live! I must live! I am eternal! I am eternal! This will not kill me!" More and more of the burning liquid gushed into the home through the windows and doors, flooding any chance of escape as Gam Gam cowered upon the highest portion of the dissolving table. Splatters of heinous acid scorching its seeking flesh, and there it was trapped in its final moments, just as Arlo wanted. And so it is, our time together has once more mournfully come to an end. This was Never Go Out. I've been your steady host, Lothran, and I hope you'll do us the honor of returning for the next story the moment it is released. As is custom, brave little Brumble will take us out. Go ahead, little worm.
Okay. Alright. Leave your comments down below. Like and share to help us grow. And feed a hungry Brumble. That's me. And don't forget, we encourage each and every one of you to stay safe out there. Goodbye. Goodbye.